One of the reasons some people fear computers is that they worry about having their personal details stored on the hard drive, which means getting rid of your computer when it comes to the end of its life might not be as easy as just simply throwing it in the skip. Now, on the line, I've got Simon Ockenden. He's the business development manager at Pure Planet Recycling, who have data destruction areas across Northamptonshire. And I'm glad you're on the line here, actually, Simon. Thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome. Hi,
because I'm fascinated about what a data destruction area is. What do you do?
Well, there's various different ways of destroying data on a hard drive. You can actually do it by some specialist software, which completely eradicates it from the drive, or you can destroy the drive itself, and there are various ways of doing that.
Now, the thing is, Simon, I've been led to believe that the best way to really destroy the information on your hard drive is to just get a hammer.
That's one way of doing it, but actually just taking a hammer to it, unless you really take a sledgehammer to it and completely mash it, it's still no guarantee that the data is going to be removed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it has been known for data to be retrieved from a hard drive, even that's been run over by a tractor.
But see, this is what really annoys me about technology. I mean, I try and embrace it as best as I possibly can, but I don't like the fact... So I had to recently do a factory reset on my computer. Mm-hmm. Now, would that have got rid of everything on the hard drive, or is still there stuff lingering around?
No, there could still be stuff lingering around.
That's what I thought.
A lot of people think that just by formatting the hard drive and reloading the operating system that wipes the drive, but it doesn't. The data is stored in various layers on the drive, and your old data can still be pulled off there.
See, but how can, I mean, and excuse me for asking the question, but how can I trust... Because it's very interesting, and some people would find this very difficult and very testing, that their personal data, if their machine goes wrong and they want to take it somewhere to be fixed, how do they know that they're trusting the person with their information? It's a tough one for a lot of people.
It is a tough one, and that's a very good question. The best way, as with anything, is to check out any sort of computer dealer or repair place that you're taking it to. Make sure you get references, or that you check them out through recommendations, and that it's somebody that you know can trust and that have been around for a while. But if you actually want to be sure that none of your data is going to be accessed even after you sell your computer, for example, it's best to take the hard drive out before you let go of your computer.
You see, there's another part of this as well, because you were saying about how you could retrieve stuff from a hard drive that's gone under a tractor. So how can if I came to you, how can I trust your software? Because that's not a tractor, that's just software apparently curing the problem.
Sure. Well, again, the software is only one way of doing it, but the software is specialist software. It's used by governments. It's used by high-tech security companies to ensure that the data is completely wiped off the machine. And the way it does it is by writing useless information, zeros and ones, binary information, many times over to the drive, over more layers that the drive all of the layers that the drive could possibly secure the data on. But if you're still concerned about that and don't feel that could be an effective method, you can actually have the drive destroyed. Companies like ourselves specialise in destroying hard drives as well, and you can actually have them crushed or shredded.
Well, this is from my point of view. I've been going through a few technical problems myself recently, so I'm enjoying this conversation to an extent. But you must hear from people who think they've removed everything only to find that the data could be retrieved. Is that a common issue that you find?
Hopefully the message is getting out there now that just formatting a drive won't destroy all your data, and I think people are right to be cautious and go by the old analogy of better safe than sorry, really. So if you are concerned, take it to a specialist data destruction place to make sure that it's destroyed, that the company do that as one of their specialisms, and that you receive a certificate of destruction afterwards. So you actually have a documentation to say that everything has been destroyed, and in some cases companies may even destroy the drive in front of you.
What if I drilled a hole through it? Would that work?
That might work. The data is stored on a platter. It's like a glass, partly made of glass platter. That's where all the data is stored. And unless that platter is destroyed, the data conceivably still be retrieved.
So what could happen if people just dump their computer on or a laptop at an ordinary recycling centre? That is not a thing to do, is it?
No, well, not without removing the hard drive first.
Yeah, exactly.
And there are various tutorials online. There are YouTube videos and there are other web pages which talk you through removing the hard drive first. It can actually be, in the case of a desktop computer, it can be quite handy to remove the drive if you're getting a new computer and pop that in as a second drive in the new computer. It gives you extra storage space and you've still got all your data on there.
And is this costly if someone pops in and has their data destroyed by proper means? Is it expensive to do? Because cost is an issue we're looking at today.
Sure. Well, for one individual disk, it can cost as little as £15 or £20, depending on where you're taking it to. For businesses, which is where our specialism is, they can deal with tens or even hundreds of drives that we'll destroy at a time for them.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, and as I've been going through my own disaster with computers, it's quite good to talk to you. Thank you very much. Simon Hockington, who is the Business Development Manager at Pure Planet Recycling. They have a data destruction area, or have data destruction areas across Northamptonshire.